Hi guys, we've got a great workout for you today called Gilbert Baker. Please be sure to read about him in the description below as well as in Zen Planner. For the warm-up, this is going to be 40 seconds on, 20-second transition. You're going to start with cardio. So for the cardio, I want either a row, ski, or bike, or run. Those would be the four primary options. If you don't have access to any of those things, then jump rope. Next, we're going to go alternating step-ups, okay, or alternating lunges. So on the alternating step-ups, you're going to get set up about a foot width distance from the box. You're going to step up, stand all the way at the top, and then come back down, and then you'll switch legs. If you don't have access to a box, then I just want you to do alternating forward lunges. So in this case, I'm just going to step out, tap that back knee to the ground. I'll step out with the other leg and repeat. At the halfway point, I want you to switch to box jumps. If you don't have access to a box, you can just do a broad jump where you jump as far out as you can. For the box jumps, it's the same setup where my feet are going to be about a foot behind the box. I'm going to push those hips back, push my arms back, and then I'll explode up onto the box and stand all the way at the top. Next we're going to do is up-down. So for the up-down, very similar to our burpee, we're just going to have go into a plank position and then stand back up at the top. So I'll jump back to my plank, jump forward, and stand. At the halfway point, I want you to switch to that burpee where the chest is going to touch, and then you'll jump and clap at the top. Next what we're going to do is, if you have access to a pull-up bar, I want you to hang from the bar for the 40 seconds. During this time, I want you to practice different grips. So this is our regular grip that we typically use on the bar. Other grips that you can use would be a mixed grip where you've got one palm facing out, one palm facing you. You could do that on either hand. The other grip we have are both palms facing you, like this. The other thing you can also do is not wrap your thumb around. I think it's more secure to have the thumb around, but you could have this sort of grip or this grip as well. So during the warm-up, just use this time to kind of practice to see what feels most secure, because you'll find out in the workout it's going to be very important to hold on to the bar as long as possible. If you don't have access to a bar or that's just too challenging, you can do a ring row hold instead, or if you don't have access to either of those things, I want you to get inverted and do a handstand hold. Okay, so you can kick up to a wall if you need the two for support, or you can do freestanding handstand hold. Okay. Next we're going to do is practice our burpee box jump over. So I've got my box here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to burpee behind the box. I'm going to make sure my head stays behind the box, not over it. So I'll jump back here, chest and thighs touch. I'll jump up, and our burpee box jump over, I can stay crouched here, and then I'll come off the other side, burpee back behind me. That would be my second rep once I get over the box. So just to review again, regular box jump, you've got to stand all the way up at the top. Burpee box jump over, I can stay crouched and either jump off or step off of the box on the other side for the rep to count. You could also do a step up over if you need to, or if you don't have access to a box, you can do a burpee broad jump. Okay. For our workout today, this is 4 time. It's probably going to be on the longer side, maybe 30, 35 minutes. You're going to accumulate 6 minutes hanging from a pull-up bar. Each time you break, you have a penalty, if you will. After the first drop, you're going to do 800 meters, either a row, ski, or run, or 1.6K bike, and then 20 of those burpee box jump overs, with the height being 24 for guys, 20 for ladies. You're going to come back, go back onto the bar, hang for as long as possible. If you drop a second time, 600 meters, still 20 burpee box jump overs. Back to the bar, you drop off the third time, 400 meters, plus the 20 burpee box jump overs. Back to the bar, let's say you drop again, 200 meters, 20 burpee box jump overs, and then finish out at the bar. If you drop more times than that, then the good news is you don't have any more penalties. But at this point, you're probably pushing that 35-minute, 40-minute range. So just be strategic about trying to be on the bar as long as possible, shaking out your arms when you either are on the bike or if you're out running. For some modifications, like I mentioned, you can do a handstand hold and accumulate that for 6 minutes. Like I said, you can use a wall as needed to support yourself for those 6 minutes. You could also substitute 4, 3, 2, and 1 minutes of jump rope for the cardio piece if you don't have access to a machine or if you can't go for a run. Like we talked about with the burpee box jump overs, you could step up over or perform burpee broad jumps. If the 6 minutes is just going to be too challenging to try and accumulate, just scale it down to 4 minutes and have that as your goal. And then the next time you do it, try for 6 minutes. And I would say scale to 4 minutes if you can't hang for at least 30 seconds. In terms of the distances, if 800 meters is too long, just scale that down. And this burpee, we can always scale back down to an up-down, where we don't go all the way down to the ground, and we don't jump and clap at the top. So last thing here is just some strategy tips. I would have a whiteboard or something to write on nearby to help you keep track of your time. I would also highly suggest doing odd minutes. So don't drop off the bar after 1:02. Try and stay until 1:10. It just makes the math easier. So try and use even numbers. The other thing I would say is also set little goals for yourself. So if you're listening to music, try and finish out the song before you drop off. Try and finish out the chorus maybe before you drop off. Or just keep repeating to yourself just 5 more seconds or just 10 more seconds. And just keep doing that until the time goes by. The other thing I would suggest is to vary your grip, just because it'll hit different muscles. Do not vary your grip while you're already on the bar. So once you get up there, you're locked in. Don't start to try and adjust because you're going to fall off. The other thing I would say is probably not to use hand grips, because a lot of times they're just a little bit softer and they might just slip a little bit more, versus if you just use your bare hand and some chalk on them to maintain your grip. Okay, so those are just some of my tips for how to stay on that bar as long as possible. Once you're all done, be sure to note your time in the comments below, as well as in Zen Planner, and then any modifications that you made to the workout. For the daily mobility, I would focus on shaking out those arms and the forearms and the hands, because they're definitely going to get tight from holding on to that bar. Same if you're going upside down in a handstand, definitely shake out the shoulders, stretch those out. And probably also lats and calves would be other areas that I'd focus on for your mobility. So this is a fun workout. We did this one last year, so you can go back and check your time and what you did. If you have any questions, please let us know. Definitely move well, have fun, and good luck.